The video you're about to see is for historical purposes only. It is an almost daily snippet of 1010 Wins broadcast in New York City and the New York City metropolitan area. On my morning commute, I listened to this news broadcast and decided to share a snippet of the news for historical purposes. The mission is to record history.
It's news time, 8:06. The NYPD this morning trying to find a suspect who made a clean break from Brooklyn Central booking about 5:45 last night. It is 21-year-old Joseph King of Brooklyn they're looking for. He somehow got free from handcuffs and ran into a subway station nearby, and we've got pictures of him from the police that we'll put up at 1010wins.com, hoping for some public tips they are to find King. As cops in Philadelphia are also searching for two inmates who escaped from a city correctional facility there Sunday night. They have video of the two cutting a hole in the fence to get out.
The two inmates were not detected missing and head counts taken at 11 p.m. on Sunday and 3 and 7 a.m. on Monday. Here is Mayor Jim Kenney's response.
The number one responsibility right now is to get these guys off the street. Job number two is to get the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections in here and assess the system. Clearly the system's screwed up. We'll be angry about it. There's no reason for this.
The U.S. Marshals and Philadelphia police are coordinating on the manhunt for the inmates.
That report from KYW in Philly and reporter Siafa Lewis. Closing arguments wrapping up yesterday in Donald Trump's civil trial here in Manhattan. The jury's supposed to get the case today. He's being sued by writer E. Jean Carroll, alleging Trump raped her decades ago in the dressing room in Bergdorf and defamed her when he called her allegation a lie.
The jury has to decide if Trump is liable for battering E. Jean Carroll, and there are different levels of battery. He could be found liable for raping her, for sexually assaulting her, or for some lesser degree of sexual act. And at that point, the jury has to decide monetary damages. Then the jury has to answer the question of whether his statements denying her claim were defamatory, and whether she deserves monetary payout for that as well.
At the courthouse, as he has been, that's Aaron Kaczynski. Wednesday news time, 8:08. Partly sunny conditions now. Pleasant out there, 59 as we head to 68 with a mix of sun and clouds. Tragedy in Puerto Rico connected to here in New York. Two NYU students were shot and killed on the island Saturday night. And the police there are saying they were celebrating a friend's birthday, and these two that were killed, innocent bystanders caught in the gunfire. They've been identified as 29-year-old Franco Medina and 28-year-old Sergio Palmino Ruiz. They were getting their MBAs at the Stern School of Business at NYU. At least one suspect in custody, possibly looking for more, is what police tell us from Puerto Rico. Now, in a statement from NYU, they're saying the school is shocked and brokenhearted by this. A GoFundMe's been set up to help families with funeral costs. Wednesday news time, 8:09. Manhattan Borough President Mark Levine today announcing a mixed affordable housing unit. It's going to be built in Inwood, in Upper Manhattan, half of it being dedicated to low-income housing to help people settle in Manhattan.
It's going to be large, home for 700 families. But what's so important is that fully 50% of the units will be affordable, including at very low income targets.
And the cost of the project, we're being told, $416 million. Big meeting today at the White House. Topic, debt ceiling, and the June 1st deadline to get that deal done or face default. Democrats are hoping to get Republicans to pay the nation's debts, and Republicans say Democrats are spending too much. Both sides want certain demands met. In the meantime, that could be putting America's credit at risk.
This is going to be President Biden sitting down with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. He'll be there as well, Republican, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. They are going to sit down together today, and we're actually going to get to see a few minutes of this meeting. They're going to let reporters and cameras in for a photo opportunity at the beginning of the meeting, and then they're going to get down to business.
And that update from Karen Travers from the White House. Violence in the Middle East is continuing. Dozens of Israeli aircraft and drones hitting Gaza overnight. 3 members of a Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement and at least 9 others were killed.
Palestinian Islamic Jihad said 3 of its leaders were killed in the Israeli attacks, along with their wives and some children. At least 20 civilians were wounded. Israel Israel braced for retaliation from Palestinian Islamic Jihad and moved its flight path from Ben Gurion Airport further north away from Gaza, as well as calling up some reserve forces. An Israeli military spokesman said that if Hamas, which controls Gaza, gets involved, the operation could expand.
Correspondent Linda Gradston with that story for us. Partly sunny, 59, headed to 68. We'll get the full forecast coming up here in just 2 minutes from AccuWeather and Dean DeVore. First, though, let's get to traffic and transit on the ones and get this update from Karen Stewart.
Well, I believe that Moshulu Parkway accident's gone, the one southbound at Gun Hill Road. It was out there blocking a lane, but the delays have gone, and I don't see it on the camera anymore, but the camera moved a little bit on me. It's a long story. It's a traffic reporter thing. But I believe that the accident is gone. The delays are showing that with now minor delays into the area on the Moshulu at Gun Hill. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels at the Hudson River. The inbound GW bridge is an hour. I mean, it just is. I can't pretty that up any more than that. It's an hour in at the George for the upper and lower, 45 minutes in at the Lincoln and the Holland. The Staten Island bound outer bridge just got rid of that disabled truck that was blocking the right lane of 2. We're still trying to ease up at the Staten Island bound outer bridge crossing. We've got bumper to bumper traffic on the westbound side of the Belt Parkway from Guy Brewer out across Bay Boulevard, and along the way on the northbound side of the Van Wyck, we're jammed into Atlantic Avenue, and over at the Hudson River, with mass transit, we've got rail service in and out of Penn Station, New York, back on or close to schedule with NJT, and we've got the 3A, Bs, and the Qs back as well. Traffic is sponsored by Hint Water, delicious fruit-infused water with no sugar or dyed sweeteners, more than 25 amazing flavors, including watermelon and pineapple, in stores or delivered from hintwater.com. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
AccuWeather forecast now. Meteorologist Dean DeVore. Pretty nice out there this morning.
Yeah, right now we're back and forth as we thought we would be around the city and nearest suburbs. A lot more clouds, it looks like to me, as you go from 78 southward in Jersey, and that's the zone where I think we could see a sprinkle or a shower run through. It may get close to the city. I think the farther north and east you go, that's where the sun will remain more prevalent. Kind of a range of temperatures in the inland Jersey suburbs, probably low to mid 60s, upper 60s to near 70 in the city, and then where the sun remains more prevalent, across the Hudson Valley, Connecticut suburbs, we're looking at low 70s today. Now, after we drop down to a little bit chillier temperature tomorrow morning, 50 in the city, 40s in the suburbs, we're back up nicely into the low 70s tomorrow. By Thursday, we're up to 77, and then we're above 80 by a few to several degrees for Friday and into Saturday. Right now, it looks dry in that stretch, but there could be some showers starting to pop in Sunday, and temperatures back in the low to mid 70s. With partly sunny skies, it's 59 degrees right now in the city. We're going up to a high this afternoon of 68. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore, New York's weather station. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
And now this message for you. Caribbean food delights. Grab a patty and take a bite. Wins news time, 8:14.
Sony Pictures Classics proudly presents It Ain't Over, the new film about one of baseball's greatest superstars, Yogi Berra. It Ain't Over is the one film that you can bring the whole family to enjoy in a movie theater.
He is the figure that was larger than life.
First-person accounts include Derek Jeter, Joe Torre, Mariano Rivera, Willie Randolph, Don Mattingly, Tony Kubek, and Ron Guidry.
He was a guy that everybody loved because he was real.
It Ain't Over, a new film by Sean Mullen from Sony Pictures Classics.
Rated PG, only in theaters. Starts May 12th. The heroes of New York and New Jersey are the folks who keep the city running smoothly. Now, they need our help with their asbestos injuries. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer, call Whites in Luxembourg at 888-411-LAWS. Call Whites in Luxembourg today at 888-411-LAWS. Attorney advertising. Prior results do not predict future outcomes.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-417-5101 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-417-5101. That's 800-417-5101. What do you have to lose? Call 800-417-5101. Again, 800-417-5101.
When's news time? 8:15. Disney has made some changes now to their lawsuit against Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis.
The amended complaint adds in recent developments since the entertainment giant first sued DeSantis and an oversight board for Disney World nearly 2 weeks ago. It references legislation passed last week by Florida lawmakers that rescinds agreements that Disney and a previous oversight board consisting of Disney supporters made earlier this year. Those agreements would have given Disney control over design and construction at Disney World. The amended lawsuit says Disney is the only company affected by the new legislation. Disney and DeSantis have been engaged in a tug-of-war for more than a year. DeSantis is expected to announce a presidential bid in the coming weeks. I'm Mike Hempen.
In the city, partly sunny right now, 59. We head to 68. Tiger Woods back in the news, the center of a lawsuit rehashing his past.
A $30 million legal battle between Tiger Woods and his ex-girlfriend has escalated, with Erica Herman accusing the golf superstar of beginning their sexual relationship when she was his employee and threatening to fire her if she didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement she now wants voided. Herman, in court documents filed late Friday, also accused Woods of having his lawyer break up with her at an airport in October after falsely telling her they were going on a weekend trip. The lawyer then evicted her from Woods' $54 million mansion north of Palm Beach. The documents were filed in advance of a scheduled hearing Tuesday. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Tiger Woods personally has not had a lot to say about these recent developments. When's news time? 8:17. Metro North Railroad, Long Island Railroad.